Nobody powerful is waiting for you. Nobody at the top is sitting in a room somewhere, hoping you walk through the door. The world does not work like that. It never has. The people who built empires, who changed industries, who moved from nothing to everything, they did not wait to be discovered. They learned something most people spend their entire lives too proud, too naive, or too afraid to learn. They learned how to enter rooms they were never invited into, and how to make sure they were never forgotten once they left. Niccolò Machiavelli watched power operate from the inside, not from textbooks, not from theories, from the corridors of Florence, where the wrong introduction could end a career and the right alliance could build a dynasty. He understood something about powerful people that the rest of the world was too comfortable to admit. That proximity to power is itself a form of power. That who you know does not just open doors, it determines which world you live in entirely. These are his 13 laws for connecting with powerful people. Not networking tips, not small talk strategies. A complete philosophy of how to move through the world of influence with intelligence, precision, and the kind of quiet mastery that makes powerful people want to keep you close. The first law is the most uncomfortable and the most important. Powerful people are not interested in you. They are interested in what you can do for them. This is not cynicism, this is clarity. And the moment you approach any powerful person with the understanding that value must come before relationship, everything changes. Most people walk into powerful rooms thinking about what they need, what they want, what they are hoping to get. And powerful people feel that energy immediately. It feels like desperation wearing a smile. It feels like a transaction dressed as a conversation. Machiavelli understood that the first question a powerful person unconsciously asks about everyone they meet is not who are you, it is what are you worth to me. Answer that question before they ask it. Lead with values so obvious, so undeniable, so immediately useful that the relationship begins on a foundation of mutual interest rather than one-sided need. The second law is about observation before action. Before you ever speak to someone powerful, study them, not casually, deeply. Understand what they are building, what they are afraid of losing, what problems they carry that nobody around them has solved yet. Machiavelli spent years observing the men he served before he ever offered his most important counsel. He knew that the advisor who speaks without first listening is always replaced by the advisor who listened first and spoke precisely. When you walk into a room with a powerful person and you already know their priorities, their pressures, and their pain points, you're not a stranger asking for their time. You are a solution that has not yet introduced itself. The third law will make certain people uncomfortable. Never enter a powerful person's orbit empty-handed. Every first interaction should contain a gift, not a physical object, not something transactional and obvious, but a gift of value. Information they did not have, a connection they did not know existed, a perspective that reframes a problem they had accepted as permanent. Machiavelli knew that generosity, when it is strategic and genuine simultaneously, creates an obligation that no contract can replicate. When you give something valuable without asking for anything in return, you plant a seed in the psychology of the powerful that grows quietly into respect, curiosity, and eventually loyalty. The fourth law is about positioning, and this is where most people make a catastrophic mistake. Do not try to impress powerful people with what you know. Impress them with what you notice about them. There is a profound difference. A person who talks endlessly about their own achievements in front of someone powerful is performing. And powerful people have seen thousands of performances. They are bored by performances. But a person who demonstrates that they have been paying attention, who references something the powerful person said months ago, who connects a current challenge to something in their history, who shows genuine interest in the specific texture of their world. That person is interesting, and interesting is rare. Machiavelli believed that the fastest path into a powerful person's inner circle was not through superiority, but through intelligent attentiveness. The fifth law is about silence and when to deploy it as a weapon. Most people, in the presence of someone powerful, talk too much. Nerves fill silence. Insecurity fills silence. The need to prove yourself fills silence. But Machiavelli understood that silence, used correctly, communicates something that words never can. It communicates composure. Selective silence around powerful people signals that you are not desperate for their approval, that your sense of self does not collapse in their presence, that you are someone who speaks when you have something worth saying and not a single moment before. The person who can sit comfortably in the silence of a powerful room without reaching for words to fill it is already perceived as someone who belongs there. The sixth law is about patience, the kind that most people mistake for passivity. Building a real connection with a powerful person does not happen in one meeting. It does not happen in one impressive conversation or one perfectly timed favor. It is built in layers over time through consistent and reliable presence. Machiavelli watched men destroy years of carefully built relationships by rushing toward the moment they wanted to extract value, by becoming visible only when they needed something, by treating the relationship as a resource rather than an investment. The most powerful connections in history were built slowly, interaction by interaction, trust by trust, until the relationship became something neither party could imagine operating without. The seventh law cuts against everything social media has taught an entire generation about self-promotion. Powerful people are repelled by people who need to be seen. Attract, do not advertise. There is a specific kind of person who announces themselves loudly in every room, who makes sure the right people notice their presence, who engineers moments of visibility, who treats every interaction as a performance for an audience. And there is another kind of person who simply becomes impossible to ignore through the quality of what they bring. Machiavelli always believed that the most dangerous men in any court were not the loudest ones. They were the ones you kept noticing without being able to explain why. Become that person. Let your work speak before you do. Let your reputation enter the room ahead of you, and let powerful people feel like they discovered you, because people protect what they feel they discovered. The eighth law is about alignment, and it is more strategic than it sounds. Connect your goals to their goals, not manipulatively, not through pretense, but by genuinely finding the intersection between what you are building and what they are building, and making that intersection visible. Machiavelli understood that alliances formed around shared interest are the most durable alliances in existence. Not friendship, not admiration, shared interest. When a powerful person can see that your success is connected to their success, that what is good for you is also good for them, they stop being a contact and start being an ally. And an ally with power is the single most valuable asset any ambitious person can possess. The ninth law is about how you handle the moments when powerful people test you, and they will test you, not always consciously, but powerful people have survived by learning to read character quickly, and they test character by watching how people behave when things are difficult, when the answer is no, when the opportunity disappears, when the favor is not returned, when the meeting gets cancelled without explanation. How you respond in those moments tells a powerful person everything they need to know about whether you are someone worth keeping close. Machiavelli counseled that the dignified acceptance of disappointment was one of the most powerful signals of reliability a person could send. Never let a powerful person see you shaken by temporary setbacks. Show them you are built for the long game, and they will want you in their long game. The 10th law is about enemies, and this is where Machiavelli's thinking gets genuinely dangerous in its precision. Never speak badly about other powerful people to the powerful person you are trying to connect with. Never, even if they invite it. Even if they seem to be criticizing someone themselves. This is a test, always a test. A powerful person who hears you speak badly about other powerful people makes two notes simultaneously. First, that you will speak badly about them to others when they are not present. Second, that you lack the restraint and the judgment that proximity to power requires. Speak well of others in front of the powerful, or speak of them not at all. Let your loyalty to absent people signal your reliability to the person in front of you. The 11th law is about mastering the follow-up, the part of connection that almost everyone gets completely wrong. After an interaction with a powerful person, most people either disappear or smother. They either never follow up and let the moment die, or they follow up so aggressively that they transform from a person of interest into a person of pressure. Machiavelli understood timing as one of the most critical elements of influence. The follow-up should arrive when you have something to add, not when you simply want to remind them you exist. A piece of information that is relevant to their current priorities, a connection you made on their behalf, a development in something they mentioned caring about. Follow up with value and perfect timing, and every contact becomes a deposit into a relationship that compounds over time. The 12th law is the most psychologically sophisticated of all 13, and it is the one that separates people who know powerful people from people who truly belong in their world. Make them feel understood, not flattered, not impressed, understood. There is a profound loneliness that comes with power that most people never consider. At a certain level of achievement, the world around you stops telling you difficult truths. People perform for you, people manage you, people want things from you. And what becomes almost unbearably rare is the simple experience of being genuinely seen. Not for your title, not for your resources, but for the specific complexity of who you actually are. The person who can provide that experience, who can ask the question nobody else thought to ask, who can reflect back a truth the powerful person had not fully articulated about themselves. That person becomes indispensable, not because they are useful, because they are real. The 13th law is the final one, and it is the one Machiavelli lived by through courts and exile, and the long, sobering education of watching everything he built be taken away and then slowly rebuilt again. Never become so dependent on any single powerful connection that losing it destroys you. The person who builds their entire future on one patron, one mentor, one powerful relationship, that person is not powerful. They are borrowed power, wearing the costume of their own. True influence is built across a network of meaningful relationships, each one genuine, each one mutual, each one maintained with the same care and intelligence that built it in the first place. Because the world shifts, power moves. The most connected person yesterday can be the most isolated person tomorrow, and the only protection against the instability of power is the depth and breadth of the relationships you have built when the specific outcome did not matter, when you were giving simply because giving was the right thing to do. Now look at all 13 laws together. What do they have in common? What is the single thread running through every one of them? They are all about character before strategy. They are all about becoming someone worth knowing before worrying about who you know. Machiavelli is often reduced to a cynical manipulator, a cold strategist who taught princes to lie and deceive their way to power. But that reading misses something essential. His deepest lesson was never about manipulation. It was about mastery, the mastery of yourself, your impulses, your presentation, your patience. Because the person who has mastered those things does not need to manipulate anyone. They simply become the kind of person that powerful people want around them, the kind of person that rooms open up for, the kind of person whose reputation travels faster than they do and opens doors before they arrive. Connection with powerful people is not a skill you learn. It is a person you become, and the process of becoming that person, stripping away the desperation, the performance, the need for approval, the impatience, the ego that wants to be seen more than it wants to be useful. That process is the most important work any ambitious person will ever do, because at the end of it, you will not just know powerful people, you will be one. And that changes everything.